sometimes a lot of people don't really know what the blues is. This young dispensation, the blues come from way back yonder, a long time ago, and it has a special meanings, and it consisted between male and female that's in love. Love. One guy sung a song one time, he's older than I am. He said, love hide all fault, make you do things you don't want to do. And then love, again, sometime will leave you feeling sad and blue. That's the real kind of love. There's the foxfire love and there's the natural love. Foxfire, he'd boom up right now and it'll go out right now too if you don't watch it. But that old everlasting love, it lasts a long time. So this is a piece about this guy and his loved one had a separation and she died. And then he got a letter from her. Back in those days, a long time ago, you get a letter with a black stripe all the way around it. That used to be possible. Any older man like me can tell you the same thing. You look in your mailbox and you see that. You know that's from some of your friends that died. They really used to make them kind of envelopes, see? That's true. You don't see them anymore now. So he happened to get one of these letters, and I named it Death Letter. You got a letter this morning, I ring it red. You say, hurry, hurry, the gal you love is dead. Got a letter this morning, yeah, I ring it red. You say, hurry, hurry, 'cause that gal you love is dead. Let's grabbed up my suitcase, took her down the road. When I got there, she's laying on a cooling board. I grabbed up my suitcase, and I took out down the road. I said, when I got there, she's laying on a cooling board. Then I walked up close, I looked down on her face. It's a good old gal, got the lay hair till Judgment Day. I walked up close, I looked down in her face. I said, the good girl, got the lay hair till Judgment Day. Lord, I fold up my arms, I sort of walked away. I say, farewell, honey, I see you Judgment Day. I fold up my arms, oh, yes, I walked away. I said, farewell, farewell, I see you Judgment Day. You know I went in my room and I bound to pray, but the police came along and drove my spirit away. I went in my room, yeah, I bound to pray. I said, but the police came along and drove my spirit away. You know, I thought I'd never love but 4 women in my life. My mother and my sister, kid gal and my wife. I thought I'd never love, I said, but 4 women in my life. I said, my mother and my sister, my kid gal and my wife. You know, I didn't feel so bad till the good Lord sun went down. I didn't have a soul to throw my arms around. I didn't feel so bad until the good Lord sort me down. And I didn't have a soul, and I threw my arms around. You know I cried last night, that night before. I'm gonna change my way of living, so I won't have to cry no more. I cried last night, and I said all that night before. I said I changed my way of living, so I won't have to cry no more. This is another little song, y'all. It's kind of a little Christian song by request. Sing a little of that. But maybe some Bible readers in the audience. The Bible's a good book to read. Consisted of 39 books in the Old Testament, 27 in the New. 27 and 39 is 66. From the Genesis to the Revelation. From them books, the words restated is 773,682 words. It's spoken in, and this is one of them that started. Old man John, I want to know who's doing that. This little song, it's a little short voice. Who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Who's that writing? John the Revelator. Who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. You know, God walked down the cool of the day, called Adam by his name, but he refused to answer, 'cause he's naked and ashamed. Who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Mary and Martha, they danced to see. Say, go tell my disciples to meet me in Galilee. Now who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Who's that writing? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writing? John the Revelator. Well, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Well, this is well, I couldn't say exactly this is the blues, because now, just to tell the truth about it, I was brought up in church from a little boy on up, and I didn't believe in no blues or none of. I was too churchy. I didn't believe in that, and I talked against it. And I really was called to preach the gospel. And that's why I knowed it so good. I didn't have to read the books so much. come from above. Now, this is the truth. It's not a lie. This is the truth. And I was taught all the things. I know everything about the King James Version of the Bible. 39 books in the Old Testament, 27 in the New, which makes the 66 books. And 450,000 words. And I know him. I didn't even go to school to learn it, because the school teacher that was teaching school at that time, he didn't know how to say his alphabets 3 ways before as that goes. Well, now, this is the thing that come from God. A lot of people don't believe in God and don't think it's possible, but it is. I'm sitting here playing the blues, and I play church songs too. But you can't take God and the devil along together, because them two fellas, they don't communicate together so well. They don't get along so well together, because one believes in one thing and the other believes in another. The devil, he believes in another way, and God believes in a different way. Now you got to separate them two guys. How you gonna do it? You got to follow one or the other. You can't hold God in one hand and the devil in the other. You got to turn one of them loose. Which side do you think the best? Well, this one, I didn't give up, because I was regenerated and born again. I was born in sin. Now I got to regenerate myself to realize what a great creator is. I look around and see, yonder something I see man didn't make. That thing over yonder, man didn't make. So it must be somebody else somewhere else. Then he said, let us make man in our image and likeness and give him the dominion of the earth. All right, so let's make him like us. Now, who is us? One person can't be us. Not one. It takes another one. Well, anyway, I don't want to prolong too much y'all's time, but anyway, after I went to doing wrong, I know right ain't wrong. Wrong ain't right. You got to be one to the other. Your friend or enemy is God and the devil, so you can't sit straddle of the fence and hold to, and well, you got to give up one side or the other to make it plain. So, well, I went to do it a little wrong, but I didn't give up God. Well, since I didn't go back to playing, I'll make a piece about, the preaching blues, because I preached for a long time in Louisiana, in the East Cal Pass. See, in this part of the states, they call them counties. And in Louisiana, then they changed it, they called it parish. And I was living in the East Cal Pass, down in Louisiana now. Brought up a little old boy around there in New Orleans, Louisiana. But yet and still, I never did forget this. I said, well, I'll make a piece about preaching the blues. Get me a religion. I said I'm gonna join the Baptist church. Yeah, get me religion. I said I'm gonna join the Baptist church. And I thought I want to be a Baptist preacher, so I wouldn't have to worry. You know, one deacon looked around and he began to grin. Oh, one day he looked around and he began to grin. He said, you know one thing I'll do, I believe I'll go back to Bell Housing again. You know, one sister jumped up and she began to shout. Yeah, one sister jumped up and she began to shout. He said, you know one thing I'll do, I'll be glad when this old corn liquor's gone out. That time I grabbed up my suitcase and I turned down the road. Yeah, I grabbed my suitcase, I slammed out down the road. Let's say farewell now, church. May the good Lord bless your soul. Another deacon looked around, said, sister, what's your hurry? Yeah, deacon looked around, said, sister, now what's your hurry? You drinks corn liquor, then your wife's a horrible skank. Oh, Lord have mercy, oh my, oh weak soul. Not for my waiting goal. Another good little song. Oh, y'all don't know it, you can patch it. But it's true. It's a true little song. I try to do it myself all the time now. You just watch the words of it. Excuse me. Some of it be true, but I want to do that if I can. Out of hip garden. I do this everywhere. I go, because I mean it from my heart. They said, blessed the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So I love everybody. I love a snake if I wouldn't scare him, but I can't trust him too much. Some of them say, oh, the snake that lays an egg is not poison, except but the one that bites them, like rattlesnakes and things. So them the ones that's poison. I don't trust none of them. I don't care how many eggs he lays. It don't make it. All I want to know is his name's Snake. Well, anyway, I'll cut off that. Now, this is a nice little song, y'all, and I wants to do it. And y'all can help me to do it, if you will. And it's true. And I want to do it. There it go. I want to live so that God can use me anywhere, anytime. I want to live so God can use me anywhere, Lord, yes, anytime. Yes, I want to sing so that God can use me anywhere, oh, anytime. I want to sing so that God can use me. Yes, anywhere, yes, anytime. You know I want to pray so that God can use me anywhere, yes, anytime. Yes, I want to pray so God can use me, yes, anywhere, oh, anytime. You know I want to sing so that God can use me anywhere, oh, anytime. Yes, that God can use me, oh, anytime. Yes. Sometime I want to mourn so that God can use me anywhere, yes, anytime. You know I want to mourn so that God can use me, yes, anywhere, yes, anytime. Sometime I want to cry so that God can use me anywhere, yes, anytime. Sometime I want to cry so that God can use me anywhere, yes, anytime.